Hey guys, Token Vaping. Today's juice review is on a company based out of Ohio. It is the Brothers Vape. These are their labels and their bottles. These are really twisted looking, but I think they're cool. As you can tell, they have a more twisted look on them. This is one of the stickers that they sent. It has their logo on there. This is the other one. They basically call it the horror sauce. It has a very grim, as you can tell here, it has a very grim, dark, twisted label look to them. But, they call themselves the Brothers Vape. Looking at the theme that they're going with on the labels and by the name of it, it's like instantly the first thing that comes to mind is, the Brothers Grimm, which was a very unique twisted version on the fairy tales that we know today. Definitely not for the young at heart. Like I said, they are based out of Ohio, southeastern, I believe. The one thing that I think is cool about this line, other than the fact that they are going with a unique look to it, like I said, this is one of their stickers. It's cool. It's different. Is that they process their juice in small batches. One of the main reasons why they do this is to ensure the quality control, because obviously it's a lot easier to be able to focus on smaller batches at a time than it is trying to mass produce a huge amount all at once just to get it out. So they are putting their dedication and their focus and attention to detail into the batch as specifically as they can, which is definitely very respectful. They just pretty much want to ensure that what they're putting out, they have less of a chance of having a problem with, so that they can focus more on just making more quality product than having to refix things or recompensate customers with that. So it's actually pretty cool. Now they do have a website. It's thebrothersvape.com, and on their website you can purchase a 30 ml bottle like this. They charge $12 basically, $12.99, $12. Very, very affordable, for a 30 ml bottle. So you're getting a great deal. Obviously, they're not in it for the money. Nowadays, more and more companies are basically just trying to ensure that we as vapors and the vaping community, that we have quality products to vape on, because it will ensure that we keep going back to those juices. You could charge an arm and a leg for a juice, but if vapors as a whole think that it's junk, they're not going to want to vape on it. You charge less for a higher quality product, you have people coming back to you regularly. In the long run, you're making more than if you just sell it once for a high price and nobody likes it, because then your name gets out and you're considered, a company not worth trying. So definitely a much smarter business approach there. They do offer 3 nicotine levels, a 0, a 3, and a 6. Now, I did save one of these bottles for this video so that you could see the vape and everything else is that. As of the moment, as I'm aware of, they have 6 flavors. So I was able to acquire 3 of them. This one is called Killer Rabbit, and that's the logo there, as you can tell, and it's their slogan for it is "This rabbit's dynamite," and then it has the nicotine level on the bottom, which of course for me is a 3. They do have their warning label here. They do have their ingredients right here. They have a little picture that they do. It's basically like a killer white rabbit, hence the name. Nevermore with the raven. If anybody's a Edgar Allan Poe fan, obviously. And then Dastardly, which has the sugar skull style face on there. I definitely think of like De Los Muertos picture like that. So, they definitely have a unique take on their label, their theme, their logos, their slogan, and everything else. So it's definitely cool to see in that. As I said, there are 6 flavors, as I know of at the moment, available for their line. Their website does provide all of them. If you check out their Instagram page, it's all on there as well. I was able to acquire 3 of them, like I said. Nevermore is a blueberry waffle. Killer Rabbit is a vanilla custard and fresh berries mix. That's the one I'm saving for the video so you can see it first vape. And Dastardly is white chocolate cream pie. Now, before I go further with my description and my take on this, I just need to reiterate and make sure that everybody understands that my take on this is exactly just that. It's my take. In no way, shape, or form do I ever try to do these videos and try to tell you what you should take from this or how you should react or feel from the vape. My taste palette, my taste preference, my vaping style is going to be completely different than the next person. So I will never ever try to tell you this is how you're supposed to feel from it or this is what you're supposed to taste. All I can do is tell you what the flavor profile is supposed to be, how I take to it, and then hopefully that helps you, you know, make a better, more well-informed decision than not knowing it all. So I just want to make sure that that's stated out there. And as always, the only cotton that I use anymore is called Texas Tough. It's not a pansy-ass cotton ball. It's really solid. It's easy to work with. I like it because it doesn't have a strong cottony taste even on your fresh wicked first taste, but it holds flavor very, very well. So if you are interested, Texas Tough Cotton on Instagram, definitely give her a look into. Now, for the flavor profiles, Dastardly, like I said, is a white chocolate cream pie. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever actually had a white chocolate cream pie. However, vaping it, I don't think I actually need to. You definitely get a chocolate overtone throughout the vape overall, but it is not strong, it is not sweet, which works for me because I am not a sweets person. I don't regularly eat chocolate, I don't regularly eat candy. So for me to vape on something that is chocolate flavored and be able to vape it, you know, and look at it and say, you know what, I could see myself vaping that, you know, on more than a few times at a time. It actually says a lot. You get the chocolate sweetness, but it's not super strong. But it's solid enough that it lasts throughout the vape. The tail end of it is for me where I picked up the creaminess of it. So I can't say for sure that it's going to for sure emulate a chocolate cream pie, as I've never actually had one. However, you do get the chocolate cream in that. So, you know, to me, if a chocolate cream pie literally is just chocolate with cream in it, then it for sure is dead on to that. If there is another flavor addition to that, or there's another version of it that is a slight bit different, again, that I can't vouch for. But for what I got out of it with the overtone of the chocolate and the ending of it being a more creaminess, so it smoothed it out more, I would probably say you definitely will kind of defer between either like the chocolate cream aspect of it, or it almost tastes like a creamy hot chocolate, which I enjoy the taste of both. So it definitely works. If you're looking for something to fulfill that little bit of a sweet tooth, that definitely is it. Nevermore is supposed to be basically fresh made waffles, like right off the griddle, and then you smother them in blueberries so that the blueberries get warmed up from the heat on the waffle, and then that's the taste you get. The only thing with this flavor that I had trouble with was I didn't really get the pastry aspect of the waffles. You definitely get the blueberries. The smell of it is solid blueberries. The vape on it is blueberry, but it is not an overpowering, like super sweet blueberries in your mouth. Blueberries are a strong flavor by themselves. So if it's too strong, it really easily can kind of turn you off to vaping on it. This is strong enough to where you get that flavor, but it doesn't give you too much to where you feel like you're going to be sick off of it. Now, like I said, as far as the waffle aspect, you definitely do. I will say for sure that it's not a definite straight blueberries. Like when I vaped it, it didn't taste entirely like blueberries. You definitely can get a hint of something else in that. However, I just had trouble trying to decipher it as it being like a fresh made waffle. I have had waffles before, so I mean, I do have an idea of what they're supposed to taste like. But that aspect of it, to try to say that it is a dead-on blueberry waffle flavor, unfortunately, I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm gonna be as honest as I normally am about this stuff. If you like blueberries, you will enjoy the flavor. I mean, it definitely is a good blueberry vape. It definitely is a warm vape. I vaped it at about 70 watts, and it was very comfortable. It was very smooth. It was an enjoyable vape. And like I said, you do get a little hint of something else in there besides the blueberries, which is, I believe, meant to be the waffle taste. It just was hard for me to say for sure that it definitely tasted like a fresh made waffle. The Killer Rabbit is the one that I saved for this video, and the only I'll be honest with you, the only main reason why I saved it is because if you look out of the three, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell there, but if you look at the three, this is actually the darker of the three. So I didn't know for sure until I started vaping on these how they were going to affect my cotton or my coils. So because this one was darker, I figured I'd save this one for last so that if I do have to change it out, it'll be for after the video. So, but I was pleasantly surprised that I honestly just wicked this right before I started trying the, what was it, the Nevermore. You know, for blueberry waffles, that's not very dark, you know, so it doesn't gum up the cotton as bad, which is good. You know, it doesn't make a mess, and it doesn't cause any problems in my coils. I mean, I just obviously pulsed it a couple of times, but it cleared and right up. So I mean, that looks no different than any other time I'm vaping another flavor, unless there's a really thick liquid or the flavoring on it discolors the cotton on it. So they do vape very clean, and that's really cool. I do like that because it definitely supports, you know, the whole not using a whole lot of extra chemicals or things like that, which these guys definitely stand by when they say they don't. But it is nice to see, you know, the less of a problem that it causes your device and the less issues you feel you're having with it, it definitely makes you want to vape it more. So, with that said, and as I was showing, you know, I just basically clear these out a bit. I'm going to go ahead and try Killer Rabbit, which is the vanilla custard and fresh berry mix. So as you can see, there is a safety ring right here, and it is on all of them. This one I broke when I opened it, so as you can see the difference, there is a safety ring. So they do try to take safety precautions. Now, as you can tell, basically if I just keep spinning this, it's not going to open, you know. So you do have to push down, put a little bit of pressure on it, twist until you hear that pop, and then the cap will come off. So again, they're following safety precautions and making sure, you know, there's less ways for this to be tampered with when it comes out to you. It's also cool that they have the little dripper tops on there. So, you know, whether you have a tank, it definitely makes it easier to fill. Drippers, literally, it's a dripper. That's hence the name. So I'm going to go ahead and drip here real quick. Whoops, there goes the safety ring. And then I'm going to put this on my cotton here real fast, and then I will vape this and show you what the cloud production is on it, and I will give you what I get out of the flavor of it, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see if this holds up as well as the other flavors do, as far as for the profile and, you know, if it is what it says it's supposed to be. Definitely get the custard smell out of that, which is usually stronger than the berry, so that makes a little bit more sense. But you definitely do smell custard. So I'm going to go ahead and vape this. This is Killer Rabbit from the Brothers Vape. Vanilla custard with a fresh berry mix. So there's the Custard. That first vape I wasn't too sure about because I definitely got the berry mix out of it. Now, what I like about this is they don't specify the berries in this. But why I like it is because you don't taste a specific berry. Now, there are some people who are prone to, when they vape, that they like specific berry flavors, so they may be able to hit something that they think tastes like raspberry or strawberry or blackberry or something like that. However, when somebody states it's a fresh berry mix and they don't specifically tell you what the berries are, it's nice to be able to not specify or pull out a specific flavor, because it means that it's mixed well enough that you get the berry flavor, but it's not any one specific one over the other, which hence is the idea of a mix. So that's actually really cool that they did stick with that. Oh yeah, and as you can tell, the clouds are definitely solid. It is a very solid vape. Clouds are definitely thick. They're not wispy, they're not weak. If you are a cloud chaser, you know, you definitely will get clouds out of this. If you do use a tank, this does work well. I did try this in my Cleto tank, which is this tank right here, which I actually do need to do a review on this here for you guys also. But flavor-wise, you know, it's definitely either or works really well. Cloud production, obviously, off a dripper is going to be more abundant, but it wasn't lacking for a tank. So they definitely did a good job as far as making it versatile enough so that you can use it in both. So you definitely don't feel like you're going to be left out because you use one over the other or only one or the other. The berry taste I get out of it, at first it starts a little sweet, but it doesn't last. So that's a good thing. But then it ends up becoming more of like a refreshing type, like a berry aid almost. And then the undertone of the custard hits just a little bit past the inhale, and then it basically smooths it out for the rest of the vape. So I'm not an expert, I'm not a mixologist, but however they did it, they definitely found the right way to mix this particular flavor. This definitely has a very nice, nice vape to it. And as you can see, the clouds are definitely strong enough to do, you know, your O's and other tricks and things like that. So overall, very solid line. You know, they don't try to have a whole bunch of bells and whistles. They don't try to spice it up with a whole bunch of, you know, pretty things, and then the vape itself or the flavor ends up falling short. You definitely can see that and you can definitely taste that they definitely put the time and effort into this. Now, like I said, they do have 6 flavors. You can check out the brothersvape.com for all 6 of them on their flavor menu. But if the other 3 vape and taste anything like these 3, this is a very, very solid line. I'm a big fan of their labels. I know some people are kind of sketchy as far as to the way that you know, the flavors and bottles are marketed, and from a business standpoint, from a family standpoint, I totally get it. You know, it definitely makes sense. However, me personally, just as a vapor for myself, I definitely I am a fan of their label. It's different, it's unique, it's just cool to see that, you know, they are trying to stand out a little bit. But other than that, you know, if you are in the Ohio area, definitely check out this line. I know, like I said, that's where they're based. I spent a few years in Akron, so I do know that there are quite a few vapors out in that area. But definitely give this line a shot. If your shop doesn't have anything like this, you know, mention it to them. Have them watch my video. Have them reach out to the Brothers Vape on Instagram, DM them or email them, and hit them up for whether it's samples for your shop or, you know, looking to order something, you know, just to add a little something different to their shelves. It's definitely worth the investment. It is a very solid line. Flavors are very abundant. Clouds are great. You know, it's a really nice overall mix of everything. So the Brothers Vape, thank you guys so very much. I appreciate the opportunity and privilege that this was to do the review for you guys, and I hope that, you know, you guys flourish in a positive light from all of this. Guys, as always, I'm here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Definitely hit me up. If you have any questions, anything that I can do to help further enhance your vaping experience, that is the only reason why I'm doing this at all, period. The more people that we can switch over to vaping, the more people that we can make feel better about themselves, the more people that we can help, you know, find quality products to vape and use. That's what this is all about. So definitely hit me up if you have any questions on that. Brothers Vape, again, thank you guys so very much. This was a great honor. Vaping community, as always, be safe, vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.